Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, October the 18th of 2024. And me on the right hand side, and of course our lead coach, Darko Ali over here. And Darko now runs both our long-term and short-term services, and I've stepped back into more of a supporting role. And I just want to say that for those that don't know Darko, he has been our lead coach since November of 2017. And he's not only a great trader himself, but he's a tireless worker, dedicated like no one else that I know, and a great coach, great person. We are very, very lucky to have him. So I just know that if you ever decide to join our service, you're in great hands. And of course I'm here as well to help out in any way that I can. So let's get into it here. I'm sure that this title resonates with a lot of people. We've all been there, where you're at a point of big frustration, overwhelm, and you just don't know what to do to turn the ship around. So let's just get into it right now here. And it really boils down to this. Most traders simply don't have a rules-based strategy. It's as simple as that. Certain things need to be happening before you even consider making a trade. And this can be very challenging for a novice trader, because before you can apply the rules, you need to actually understand the rules. I know that sounds rather obvious, but believe me, it's the downfall of most traders. They don't actually take the time to, thoroughly understand the components of a proper rules-based system of trading. And if you don't have a rules-based system for trading, how do you know what it is that you're waiting for when you look at your charts? Okay, and your results are going to speak for themselves, because just always remember this: results don't lie. So don't ever kid yourself into thinking that you're following the rules properly when you're not. And usually that means that you haven't fully grasped all the rules, which is perfectly normal, by the way. Don't beat yourself up over this. It's very normal when you're starting out, or even when you're an intermediate, stage 2 or 3 trader, that you don't grasp everything right away. By the way, stages, we have stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 being the consistently profitable trader, stage 1 being a novice. But it just takes time. So the best thing to do, once you understand the rules, is to not only understand the rules, but to actually test them out. Like, don't just take somebody's word for it. Test them out. And this can be done in a demo account, both back-tested, forward-tested. It's really important, and you need to make it real. Okay, and even if you started with just a couple of micro lots, it's real money, and there's some emotion attached to it, right? The whole idea is for you to develop and instill the confidence and the belief in your trading. Because if you don't believe in what you're doing, it's going to be very hard to pull a trigger, right? And that only happens after a series of trades where you followed the rules 100%. Okay? Now, obviously, not all trades are going to be winners. So plan on this. Plan on having losers. Our trades are not always winners. Okay? And in fact, you can even count on going through losing streaks. But if you're using impeccable trade management, it should never be a problem. And actually, I'll tell you this. Most of our trades that don't work out are usually not a full loss. It's pretty rare. But usually a reduced loss. Not all of them. Sometimes they just go straight against you and you lose. But that's not that common. And once you've gone through the process of understanding and applying the rules to your trading, and you see consistently profitability over a series of trades, right? Not just 1 or 2 trades, then you're in such a fantastically good position to move forward with confidence. Okay, and that's really, really important. You're treating Forex trading like a business. You're approaching it in a professional manner. No gambling, and you have the discipline to stick to the rules. You want, because, at the end of the day, you want to treat your trading like a business, not a hobby. Okay? So, no matter, I want to say this. It doesn't matter who you learn from. It might be somebody else, not us. But in my opinion, you should be learning in a similar way to what we provide. And this is my take on it after over 18 years of doing this. What we do is go through the educational process for our members, and we do this by providing all the necessary videos and the content and all that kind of stuff that make up the trading strategy that Darko has spent years creating and fine-tuning. and it just flat out works, right? And we have lots of videos, YouTube videos that show trades and setups that he's shown that have worked out fantastically well, and losing trades too. We have them all. But the icing on the cake are Darko's signature pre-market analysis videos. And he provides these several times each week, and now he provides them for both our longer-term members and our short-term day traders. Okay, because as I said before, at the beginning of September, Darko now looks after our short-term trading as well. And the PMA videos are where he applies his rules, as laid out in the educational videos, to the actual market in real time. All based on what's taught in the videos at our site. So it all fits together. And that's how he comes up with pending orders for our members. Okay, makes sense? And by the way, pending orders are always pointed out ahead of time, never after the fact. We don't say, oh, you know, we look at a chart and go, oh, you could have bought here and you could have sold there and you could have made all this money. That's just a load of BS. We use limit orders to sell rallies or buy dips, and we show them in advance. Darko came up with a list of critical elements to consider before trading, and he recently formalized that list with what he calls a trading circle. Basically, it's a list of 8 critical elements which shows you step by step what to look for before considering a trade. Really, really important. And this is the heart of his trading system, and it's the it's the way that he has been coming up with his trades for our members for 7 years now, and every year, by the way, just so you know, every year has been profitable based on using this approach. We actually have a YouTube video that talks about the trading circle. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. So you might be asking, how long does all this take? If you go on YouTube and talk about, Google, how to become a successful trader or whatever it is. And some people are going to tell you that you can do this over the weekend or in 1 week or whatever. Well, I can guarantee you that it will not happen overnight or over the weekend or even over the course of a month. That's the honest truth about trading. I've been in this business for decades, and I can tell you that having a rules-based approach is simply not an option. It's a must. It's critical, and without it, you're going to fail. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I'm not trying to be a wise guy or a smartass about this. That's the truth of it. Maybe you've found yourself staring at your charts and, not really knowing exactly what you're waiting for, because you probably don't have rules for what to do. So there are things that can undermine a strategy. What sabotages the entire strategy are emotions. Okay? Emotions are not easy to deal with. And they can, because we're human beings, they can cause you to deviate from the strategy that you told yourself that, this time, I know I've jumped systems and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to stick to it this time. And, and you end up not doing it. You hear people say things like, hey, you just need to trade with no emotions and you'll be fine. Well, that's easy to say, yet we are humans and money's on the line. Being right or wrong, being impatient, not knowing whether to hold or fold. Maybe you've gone several days with no trades and getting antsy. Maybe you've had 2 or 3 losses in a row and you're doubting your system, and it goes on and on. These are all emotions that will destroy your trading. So, this is the reason that you need to spend the time necessary to come to grips with both understanding the rules and, big and here, dealing with emotions so that you can trade in a more objective and ultimately carefree manner. If you guys have read, Mark Douglas has a book called Trading in the Zone. Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. Great book. And he talks about getting into a carefree state of mind. And this is what takes time. And it's different for everyone. Some traders can get over this in a matter of months. Others might take longer. Maybe it's 6 months to a year. It's not a race. There's no right or wrong here. You do you. You go at your own pace. Okay? Anyway, I hope that this video is helpful for you in disclosing what I know is the truth about becoming a consistently profitable trader and what you need to do to turn your trading around if you're at a point where you're just frustrated and fed up. Okay? We always want our traders to be prepared up front and to have the proper expectations laid out so that they get the best experience possible from working with us. We have traders at every stage of development, right from stage 1 to stage 4. And it's very cool to see people moving ahead and getting a firm grip on their trading. I got to leave you with this quote here. It's from Bobby Knight, who, among other things, was the Indiana University basketball coach. Pretty fiery guy, actually. But I just love it because it applies to so many things in our lives. And he said, most people have the will to win. Few people have the will to prepare to win. Just think about that. Everybody wants to win. How many people really want to prepare? It really applies to trading, doesn't it? I think a lot of people say they want to become a consistently profitable trader. Not so many have the will to prepare to get to that level. So, there you go. Yeah, enough said. Thank you so much again for watching these videos. We really do appreciate it. Please, feel free to reach out to me with any comments, questions about our service, whatever it is. I'd be happy to respond. And yeah, so thank you so much. Have a great weekend. See you next week with another video. Take care.